Nearly 2.5 million years ago, humanity made one of its most transformative discoveries. It was not fire, nor language, nor writing. It was the creation of the very first cutting and flaking stone tools. In the lower Paleolithic, our early ancestors looked at the stones scattered across riverbeds and savannas and saw more than lifeless objects. They noticed the sharp edges of fractured rocks, the way a flake could slice, scrape, or pierce. This simple recognition opened the doorway to survival, to culture, and eventually to civilization itself. At first, the tools were incredibly crude. Pebbles struck against one another produced jagged flakes, sharp enough to separate meat from bone, to strip bark from wood, or to pierce animal hides. Though primitive in appearance, these early tools were revolutionary in function. With them, hunters could butcher the carcass of a fallen animal more efficiently. Families could prepare hides for shelter and clothing. Communities could process plants, roots, and bones in entirely new ways. Stone tools were not just objects. They became an extension of the human hand, multiplying strength and precision. Over time, skill replaced chance. Through trial and error, early humans discovered that the angle of a strike determined the sharpness of the flake. Certain stones, like flint or obsidian, produced far more reliable edges than others. Knowledge grew, and with it, the deliberate crafting of tools was born. This shift was profound. The act of shaping stone was no longer random. It was intentional, taught, and shared. An elder could guide a younger member, showing how to hold the core, where to strike, and what to expect. In these lessons, we see the birth of education, of tradition, and of culture itself. The impact of cutting and flaking tools stretched into every aspect of daily life. Hides were scraped into soft, wearable material. Wood was shaped into spears, shelters, and digging sticks. Meat and fish were cut with precision, allowing communities to expand their diets. Even the simple act of making rope or carving bone became possible through the sharp edge of a stone flake. With sharper tools came greater hunts. What once had been scavenging from predators evolved into organized hunting. Large prey could now be brought down, butchered, and shared. Fat, marrow, and meat fueled the growing human brain, driving the very evolution of intelligence itself. But these tools were more than just for hunting. They were also weapons of defense. A flake gripped tightly in the hand might mean survival when predators prowled near camp at night. The gleam of stone in firelight symbolized protection, security, and hope. Cutting and flaking tools represent more than technology. They are thought made tangible, ideas turned into matter. Every flake struck from stone was a physical record of human imagination, of problem solving, of survival. For thousands upon thousands of years, this knowledge was preserved. By the fire's glow, elders demonstrated the careful strikes. Children watched, practiced, and repeated. Each new flake was not just a tool, but a memory, a living link in the chain of human progress. Today, when we look at these fragments in museums and archaeological sites, they may appear small, even unremarkable. Yet each one is a milestone, a silent witness to humanity's earliest experiments in engineering. They are the first sparks of technology, the first tools of survival, the first expressions of human ingenuity. Cutting and flaking tools, simple stones, reshaped by human hands. They stand as timeless reminders that our journey as a species began not with grandeur, but with the sharp edge of a rock. And perhaps every tool and technology we hold today carries within it the echo of those first deliberate strikes.